They have to conquer Katowice, and they've got to start now.
Yeah, well, I mean, at the moment they might be thinking, let's not think about conquering Katowice. Let's think about just, not having a complete calamity, a complete collapse in Katowice. This is now down 0-1 in maps, a chance for Vitality to be sent home early, which would just be unheard of. But Anubis has been such a comfort for them. You have to be so confident, I would imagine, if you're Vitality. This is exactly a map that you love playing.
Apex under pressure behind those doors. ZywOo is with him to try and help him out. And ZywOo, even though he took significant damage at the start, he still steps up. He still gets that headshot. Apex, not so lucky. Does get cleared out by Tessus. And Katowice has slipped his way through B.
Oh, taking a big risk, and he's got an immediate gush. And all of a sudden, there's a route open. Mezzi's going to step up next. And he's going to be forced back in towards Temple. Katowice controlling a lot of space. Now boxed in, but ZywOo's cleaned up.
That's so clean from Katowice indeed. Two positions, switches back and forth, and now it's Flames. He left alone with a 1v3 ahead of him. He'll come back into this clutch with no kit, no utility, but Kevlar and Joel Berettas, the Tessus drops behind him, and that's Assassin's Creed. That's going to be the first for Heroic.
Man, Heroic going back to Mirage has just worked themselves out of every complication presented to him. This is not a bad pistol round. Vitality holding him off and making him pay the tax in middle, and then eventually just Sneakados making a play, creeping in, finding Spinks. Bang, bang.
Bang. And kicks that, man. What a first map from him. Not only calling, but also just the sheer individual level.
He had some great impact. He was instrumental at that B bomb site towards the end of the first half, just so that Heroic could get up to 5 rounds. They'd been on a huge losing streak, and he's the one that turned it back in their favor. Right out of the gate, Heroic is challenging the B bomb site utility. Smokes, Molotovs, and they're going to enter in. They're going to love that fast smoke you see right there on the left. Throwing it from spawn.
Tessus is brought down low, and the pistols arrive to the party. It's ZywOo's Deagle. And is getting something done for Vitality, but that's about it until Mezzi chimes in, and it's all cleaned up. Heroic with 2, and they dispel the pistol pests of Vitality. Now it's going to be the buy as the rifles arrive for the CTs. I'm
going to build on that. We'll see when Heroic is throws it out, but they're going to love that fast smoke towards the B bomb site that gives the pressure of a B hit coming in on a timing. And sometimes it will be a B hit, sometimes it will be an A hit, sometimes it will be a lurk through the smoke. They love throwing that as just a conditioning set of utility to obfuscate what they're doing on the map against Vitality, against their opposition.
Heroic are starting completely towards B, apart from Tessus, who is making his way through middle. Nerd's trying to go through with that MP7, right into Spinks he will run. And Spinks has got the first kill. Kicksam pulling it back. ZywOo's with him. This is good for Vitality so far. The first test in the B-bomb site was looking good, but Shush has switched that completely. It's a 1v2 for Apex. He sends the nade over the top, hoping it would deny the plant. It sure does a lot of damage to Shush, but not enough. He's down on 13 as that bomb is planted. Apex has a clutch ahead of him. The in-game leader looking to pull it off, and it's 1 on Shush. It's running more for him, and Apex is so close, but can't. He's to smile more, Jason? Is that what I heard?
I thought I heard that in the first map. I'm not sure what he was throwing out there. But man, the entrance through the smoke. Look at this turn from Shush. Individuals on Heroic are making all the plays.
At least sounds like that.
You got to give him calls for smiling. Look, we just saw that little podcast clip with Apex, and he's in there. Through the smoke is Spinks. One more, trade it off. He's saying there, like, the ego is there, and ZywOo knows when to bust it out, and he can do it whenever he wants, and he's snapping it. He better be snapping his fingers right now. They need ZywOo on this map. Didn't have to get involved. I mean, he wasn't really involved a whole lot in Mirage in terms of just round-changing plays, in terms of his impact that we're used to seeing out of it. It was mostly Spinks and Flame, so maybe he wasn't needed. But now when you're facing elimination, that's when the best player has to be here. Has to.
Oh, 6 shot from Katowice. ZywOo cracks open his skull with a deagle in his hands. He wants a bit more here. Kicksam sweeps up 2 just like that. That's so sick for the MAC-10 because you believe there was a little bit of an opportunity starting to come right there on the B-bomb site, but it's gone just like that. And Flamesy coming around the backside. To get very close without being detected, and that is not allowed. So he's spotted, he'll run away. And Heroic are up 4-0. What a perfect start to Anubis.
Yeah, exactly. And you're really piling it on now. Let's see how much they can run with it. If they can start building on this a lot towards the B bomb site, conditioning Vitality a little bit, perhaps to be a little bit afraid. But the groundwork has been laid for Kixen to call a great T-side to build upon this.
Terrorists win.
3 AKs instant walk.
This is a map that Kixan liked to call back when he was at the helm of Apex. We've seen it at the Paris Major. You know, the Vitality won. And definitely very stressed over there right now for Team Vitality.
I'm just cracking up. Yeah, it's like that deep breath. It's like, don't get angry, don't say anything, just count to 5.
How long does that last, Jason? How long will that last?
It depends on if they start winning. Okay, so this is, again, those smokes thrown out towards the B bomb site. You have the instant walk towards dark. They're just going to march right in. Spinks will have a challenge.
Oh, Apex challenges through the window. Nikudos is caught unawares, so that's a good start here for the Vitality in-game leader. They're given an opening kill to play with. And Spinks is about to be put under a lot of pressure. In dark, he can't handle it. Kixan cuts through him. Mezzi comes in to sweep it up, though, and that's good work from Mezzi. Now Flamesy under pressure towards the back of the platform. Great work, and Mezzi will assist.
Yeah, nice backup from Mezzi. Good decisive action. Pushing forward, he knows a little bit of damage was done. He knows they won't be ready for it. Goes for the unexpected, and Mezzi saves the day in dark. Easy cleanup as Kixen has utility out, and then just combining with Flames on a distracted final player. Vitality's on the board with 1, and a pretty clean one, all things considered.
So early utility to block aggression outside of B from both players. But Heroic have eyes completely set upon this B bomb site. They have no other pathway at the moment. They're not attempting a split. They're attempting 3 players to walk in, as we heard, with rifles and a MAC-10 at the front of it. And Kixan's charging through. Good headshot. Spinks taken out. Mezzi at the back of the bomb site can do nothing off the platform. Kixan sweeps them up, and this in-game leader is having a field day today. His calls are working out. He's entering. There's nothing more that you can do if you're an in-game leader, and Kixan's loving it.
Yeah, he's just calling a battering ram at this B bomb site. This is just round after round. Spinks and Mezzi under so much pressure, and the timing could not have been worse for Spinks. He had just stopped to smoke in dark, turned around to address towards B main, or B main, excuse me, and just catches a flashbang full in the face.
When does this half start getting out of hand is the question, because 5-1 already. ZywOo's under pressure. He'll hit that shot on the flick down.
I think it's out of hand right now.
Yeah. Well, Vitality don't have the luxury of a map to fall back on here. They're already 1 map down in this series, and there's no fallback plan in this competition.
Yeah,
you lose this map, you're out of the tournament.
It's not unrecoverable, but it's certainly out of hands. Weapons will be dropped over. Vitality's fine in terms of their economy, in terms of buying up for this round, but a timeout is necessary. Very necessary.
He's talking to those B players. That B bomb site is certainly a weakness at the moment for Vitality.
The problem is, like, you might have like 1 more round where you can go for it and just do kind of a standard defense, maybe. But if you start cheating someone over, like, you know at some point, if you're Apex with all your experience, you know at some point the action is going to go elsewhere. So if you try and bring an extra body to the B bomb site, you just weaken where Heroic can shift and attack next. And this is going to make everyone a little bit jumpier, right? Your mid player, your A player, you start getting some of those smokes and flashes at the B bomb site, and they'll take a couple steps to start cheating on the rotation because it's been lost so many times. It's going to happen subconsciously. So Vitality's got to be very, very focused to try and plant their feet and stop this from getting further out of control.
It's a different look this time from Heroic, perhaps anticipating an adaptation from Vitality, so they're going to send players outside of the A-bomb site with that bomb on their backs. It's going to be Nikodos is the carrier of that.
I wonder if Apex heard footsteps. He bailed out a mid pretty quick to come join up with ZywOo. Perhaps just getting some safety so ZywOo can be in this position.
There was a lot of noise in the water being made by those Heroic players, but it's ZywOo, and he's the first player tested, and he passes with flying colors. Couldn't quite get the second, and now thinking about using Utility to get himself off this fountain because Utility is flying towards him. And oh, ZywOo's in a position where he has to rely on Apex to come and help him. And that rifle is so needed, and there's a gap now for Testes to leap on through, and it's one single kill for Testes. Flames has to trade, and he will.
Back to the B-bomb site. Let's hustle it up, boys. Get your Nikes on. Let's go. Spinks is falling back, playing it passively. Nikodos and Kixen going to be coming through canals. The reinforcements for Vitality arriving as well, and that's a timely Molotov that slows everything down.
It's great utility usage this late into the round, and now Nert's coming around. He's got himself a fight, and he will win it on Flamesy. Follow-up kill for Mezzi, this time for Vitality, but he can't stand strong enough. He eventually will, and it's his second kill, make it 3 for Mezzi. Fantastic hold for Merriman.
Yeah, that's huge. That's a brilliant triple kill. Heroic was making a way the bodies there from Vitality, the slowdown of the Molotov. I expected them to be well prepared, but Heroic hitting some bangers. And a timeout's called from the T side, from Heroic.
We got to see all over the map there. It started towards A, the first attack, and still finished towards this B bomb site. But this time it's a finish that Vitality will be happy with.
Yeah, Apex's spam really worried me when he's protecting ZywOo. You could hear him just emptying the mag into the smoke, and I was waiting for that jump through. Thankfully, the defense had arrived in support to be able to trade that kill. But things could have gotten spicy. It's 5-2, the 3-round lead for Heroic. Dangerous every round they've been in, everywhere they've gone. Vitality have struggled to handle it.
I wonder what changes we're going to see from Heroic then after this timeout. Will we see them go back to more B starts or into the default, which looks like what we're seeing at the moment. Nikodos is allowed to fight B.
Ooh.
He's smoked out for now, so can't go around that corner. And Heroic thinking about mid right now, Jason. Looks like a tantalizing prospect. And Mezzi is not here alone. He's got his teammate with him in Spinks. And that kill on Kicksan will take Vitality into the advantageous situation, but Heroic are through those mid doors. They smoked out Temple. They've got good control here.
Yeah, but look, I love this protocol. Flames is pushed up into A main, so ZywOo with the op can adjust towards camera. And Vitality can be relatively patient with this because they know they've lost mid, but pressure's not being applied to either one of the bomb sites quite yet, so they don't need to make a move. And actually, Heroic might choose to turn in towards Temple, where it's a double setup.
Good headshot. Mezzi will fall. Testes somehow gets a double on the Galil. That absolutely should have been Vitality's fight, at least a trade, but it's gone back. It's gone back in favor of Heroic, and now Spinks is tested inside of this B site, and there's no issue on the double kill towards Temple. He finds himself to the sanctuary of the platform, but he's being pushed from so many sides, and Nikodos is taken out because the rotation came through, and Vitality with 3 rounds. That looked like it was about to be disaster again.
Yeah, that mid setup towards Temple, Apex and Flames just wanted the information of what was coming, or excuse me, Mezzi wanted the information there. Good initial hold. I love the protocols of the A defenders. That whole round, Flames and ZywOo swapping positions, and then eventually, when the Temple double comes out in the favor of Heroic, they immediately just push A through canals, arrive at the B bomb site at the perfect moment. It saved the day for Vitality.
Glocks, Deagles, and a P250. This flawless start from Heroic has been worn away at. Vitality are getting into this half.
It was a close affair, though. They had to work real hard to kind of stabilize Vitality.
You don't need too many rounds on the CT side, but Vitality have given themselves a chance to push, obviously, to 4 here and compete for even more. But this position from Testes can often net a kill, but because there was no pressure elsewhere, Apex had all the time in the world to clear it, and it's pretty easy for him in the end. ZywOo, leg shot. Shoots is taken down low, finished off by the utility because of that, nice and easy. And Vitality do grab that fourth. Now 1 away from tying up this game.
Yeah, suffocating that bomb plant, making sure Heroic can't even get into the site and start the plant whatsoever. 5-4. Heroic nursing this lead, and AKs are going to come back out. ZywOo's been positioned mostly at the A bomb site with the AWP. We see him a previous round at least started against that anti-eco at the B bomb site before shifting back. This time going to head to B as well. Him and Spinks. Mezzy there.
Katowice climbs up on top of his teammate's head. A common boost, and it will allow Kixan the information to push forward. Get deeper mid-control, and that flash out. Flames is not going to make it around the corner.
Nobody's home in middle. Apex will be first point of contact, peering up camera from the boxes inside the A site, but ZywOo, Mezzy, and Spinks are all very far from being in Temple to help out. Molotov being thrown, they're going to come through, and Apex needs to win the first one. He does. The others get stuck fighting in the Flames, and now Flames knows that he's got multiple people from different choke points.
While standing in the water, it didn't burn bright. He's gone out of there. That's the bomb plant coming in without issue. We look to Vitality. I wonder how long this retake attempt is going to be on for. They're currently paused out by those smokes at camera. They want to go for this, but they've got to wait for Mezzy until he can come in position so they can attack as a trifecta, but that time is ticking on. As every second moves forward, Vitality's chances of winning this round start to shrink. ZywOo's committed into this one at Heaven. Mezzy's running in, and here Vitality go, trying to get back in this retake, but all of the fights go against them, apart from that one from Spinks, and that's not going to be enough. Spinks has to retreat, and Heroic are back to winning ways.
Now there it is again, though. That might be the adjustment from Vitality that Heroic was looking to take advantage of. They had ZywOo parked in that B bomb site for the entire round. 3 defenders dedicated to that B bomb site. Vitality expecting them to eventually go back to it like they've done to start this half. And Heroic's able to just walk through middle. No contact, no information until they're already attacking the site, so no chance of a stack. And they're having a great time.
They really are having a great time.
On the Heroic side. Less on Vitality side.
Definitely less on the Vitality side. And for Heroic, it's probably a nice time for Tessus and Shush, who have come into most events last year with the expectation of winning it. Now they have that pressure somewhat off. Katowice blinded. Good peek out from Flamesy, but it doesn't get a kill from it, just some damage. And Shush has actually got beyond the initial utility. He's still here. He's committed to this fight. Can't get back to his teammate, and Flamesy will win the duel. Now the reaction from Vitality is to push out B with that advantage to take more space, but Nertz is holding him off. One of the sharpest riflers we got. Rookie of the year with a headshot on Mezzy. Former endpoint alumni going up against each other, and ZywOo's got the angle of dart, but it's a missed shot, a rare missed shot from ZywOo.
Oh dear.
Yep, that's made this round look quite ugly.
Spinks is so uncomfortable. Oh, he's dead. He's dead for sure. Just a matter of when.
But it's good that he got a kill out of that.
Yeah, but because they're winning all these fights, look at the way the defense has shifted and split. Like Apex at B, he's now kind of walking back to keep it quiet. Flames is just arriving, but Nikados has a long time with this op to find a pick.
Yeah, he's got to smoke out Heaven. Now Flamesy knows they're committing in, and that low HP player goes down first. Flamesy stays up in Heaven, now with a smoke for extra cover, and it puts Tessus in a 1v2. That's the bomb. Jumping down is Flamesy to try and deny that plant. He gets Tessus off it. He doesn't kill him though, and now it's an awkward fight inside of the smoke. Both players damaging each other, but yet to bring each other down. And finally, the peppering of the USP will remove Tessus.
Yeah, close affair. Nice adjustment though. Apex just getting back in time, and I think unfortunately for Heroic, it's Nikados leading the way with very low HP in that op. If that was an AK, maybe a little bit more danger to this reposition. Ooh. Flick just a little bit off. And Kixan again doing good work on this T side of Anubis.
Heroic would like to leave this half with a few more rounds considering the start they had. This war of attrition has got Vitality back into play.
Hasn't been a bad CT side altogether once they've planted their nice shot. Once they've actually got settled into it and settled down. It's a 4-1 run at the moment, a chance to make it 5. Just by nature of how dominant the opening stages of the half were for Heroic, it just feels like they've always been in recovery mode.
ZywOo with the shot, it's damage. ZywOo will have to drop back to the camera, but he's blinded. Flash on that camera a little too bright.
Oh, everyone from Vitality's here.
Yeah, I was going to say plenty of players, but absolutely everybody's here. It's a wild fight to try and close this half as Vitality try and step up, but Nerds on the D brings them down, and ZywOo suddenly the last player left alive. 1v2 for the Frenchman to clutch this. And has he got the right read? Has he made the right maneuver to try and stop Nerds from having a miraculous moment here on Anubis? Plant is coming in. ZywOo has a chance because Nerds is separated from his teammate. ZywOo could take him out and defuse immediately, but ZywOo hasn't taken the shot, hasn't taken his chance, and now he's got to know. Taps that. Now smokes off Dark. ZywOo is going to apply that pressure and try and figure out where the last remaining player is coming from. And Shush is coming through Dark. ZywOo is starting to consider so many different positions, and now he'll begin to stick. Does Shush try and deny that defuse? He won't, and ZywOo does it without a kill. He just sticks it for a must-win round, 6-6 in a must-win map if Vitality want to stay alive.
The iceberg of success. Above the surface, the sharp, blinding tip. What everyone pictures when they hear your name. The headlines, the accolades, the trophies, the confetti flooding your face. But lying below the surface, plunged into the darkness. Years upon years of trials, tribulations, failure, rejection, heartbreak slapping you round the face. Adversity is one thing when those around you support your dream.
But what about when no one ever believes you'd even come up for air? Let alone stand amongst the greatest of all time.
A change of lens, a new perspective. Because for one man, unadulterated aggression was paramount.
In 2015, Apex was basically a wild animal. Untamable, very aggressive, very emotional as well. He would rather destroy the wall than pick the lock. That's how he loved to play the game.
Meanwhile, regional politics reaching boiling point.
French players were given way too much power for way too long. It was a big hindrance for the scene. Better lineups arguably could have been put together had people put the victory above everything else and no politics or no issues left and right.
And then, deserted. Watching your fellow countrymen leave you drifting in a vast, open sea.
Heroic lead this series 1-0, but Vitality claw back a slow start on Anubis to 6-6 at the turn of that first half, Jason.
Yeah, and this is the map that they've wanted to take this on. This has been a comfort pick to them, and for them to struggle this much, it's got to just be compounding the frustrations. All tied up, it all comes down to this last half. Does Vitality have what it takes? That champion mentality, can they get it back for this half to bring us to a map number 3? Extend this series and keep their hopes alive. Stack in middle. 7 bodies in middle across both the teams, and here we go, it's a brawl.
Nurse with the headshot, second in. Kixan stepping up for the defense here, but Spinks is on the triple. What a pistol he's had so far.
Look at Apex. Apex has crept into the B bomb site, wrapping around. Tess is looking for the drop.
Yep.
Apex needs this.
And he's so close to getting it. Oh, he's so close to burst to the chest end. Oh my God, how has Apex not won that? He is so unfortunate not to pick that one up. So now it is on Spinks to ace clutch this one. All 5 kills needed, and he should have got that one. Tessis is untouchable. Tessis has Sanctuary somehow. He's protected by something greater because he should have died many times.
Yeah, he's got plot armor. He just can't go down. Apex probably regretting that switch to burst fire.
Yep.
I would imagine. You always regret the switch to burst fire.
Keep it nice and simple, single shots, and my goodness, I cannot believe Tessis hits the shot. Look at that. And then somehow,
Dodges
doesn't get it.
all the bullets from the dualies. Yeah, that's was very close to a death slam.
Yeah, a little maniacal laugh. He knows what he's done. He knows what he's gotten away with. And Vitality didn't get a bomb plant, so now it's AK-47s. Now it's Tech-9s and Deagles.
Yeah, you got to be feeling very stressed right now if you're a Vitality fan. Zywoo's got the hero AK-47. What can he deliver Vitality in this round? Still been quiet across this first map and a half of play. Still looking for that trademark impact. He's going to lead the way, but there's 2 players here.
Oh, had to readjust his crosshair. Nikodos off of Fountain. Washes them away. And Apex is held behind that smoke. Good initial hold here from Nikodos. Let's put Vitality in a difficult position here. Apex has to figure out, is there another pathway we can take to get back into round 14?
Oh, he's got all the utility as well and the AK-47, so he's got to set himself up and lead the way. Flashbang just bounces off the pillar in front of Nikodos, but no aggression while that smoke is up. Heroic, meanwhile, have got a ton of information. They know what's happening. 3 players have shifted over towards A. Nerds has already pushed B. The only pocket, the only gap in this defense is canals to the B bomb site, and ain't nobody heading there.
Kizak, close corner. Flame swings around him. And rotation from Tessis is absolutely needed, and it's felt. Spinks cannot get it done. It is another headshot from Tessis, and Heroic start this second half in a strong fashion.
And again, without a plan, it's like you invested enough in that round to be dangerous for Vitality, but you can't buy up anything here. Nothing positive. Both these halves starting a little bit slow for Vitality.
Yeah, and unfortunately for Vitality, they don't have a lot of room to play with. If you have a slow start here and the
They have no room to play with.
you are completely out of IEM Katowice.
They have 0 room to play with. There's no more. 5 Deagles, no armor, looking for picks.
If you're Vitality, you almost need one of these rounds to go your way. Like, you need some crazy individual moment to just spark something in you. And well, that is the start they needed. Again, Tess is taking damage, but staying alive. He'll use his utility as a corridor of cover. And his teammates rotating in. Flamesy is in the midst of all the chaos. Knife pull because he ran out of ammo. And Nikodos and Tessis are winning fights with USPs because they had to switch to their sidearms. Saiwu is left fighting on default. And he is overwhelmed through the smoke as well. Vitality getting nowhere.
All right, Tessis is just a god right now. What are you supposed to do about this?
When's the last time you've seen Tessis take over the server this hard? This is sick from Tessis.
Yeah, it is. I feel like it's also individually a very ugly game from Vitality, which is now becomes the question is, can they overcome that? Can they lean on the team enough to overcome individual deficiencies that we've seen in this series so far?
And it can't be overstated, the expectations of Vitality. We started this tournament talking about the fact that the rest of the field doesn't seem that strong yet, right? It feels like Vitality and FaZe at the top. With Spirit's opening game, we maybe thought, okay, they're in the mix too now. But Vitality just aren't in the mix at the moment.
They're the team, if you ask someone who's going to win Katowice, you're just like, I'll be boring and say Vitality.
Absolutely.
Like, I won't take a risk. It's like, that they have the highest percentage chance of winning it. And it all made sense leading into the event, but from what we've seen so far, things have changed.
They could leave without a map win. That is a reality that we are looking at right now. Vitality have ZywOo on the AWP, who is taking damage early on. Nice position here for Flamesy. Kickstand goes around to still check it. Flamesy still wins that fight.
That's a little too loose from Kixon. For as strong as he's been, that one got away from him. Trying to do a little bit too much, too fast, and really force the issue. Flames now has a very strong lurk in middle.
Oh,
He's got the angle on Tesses, who still cannot just lose a fight.
He's unkillable. Tesses is a brick wall right now that Vitality can't break through. Maniac said Apex likes to break the wall instead of lockpicking it. Well, he's got to do that right now. They've got to break through. This heroic defense, who currently still have 4 players up, and Apex is coming through those mid-double doors. Smoke is up at Temple for the time being, which does give some time for Apex to either decide he wants to go camera or stay in position and cut off that rotation.
Defense is still aggressive at A, though. They're paired up as well. They're going to move forward or fall back together, and they're just going to fight right here, right now. Good kill from Mezzy.
And now it's Nikodas who has to fight them on 2 fronts, and Apex has the perfect timing to execute him from the side of the head. It's Nerds and Tessus on the other side of the map, and given that Vitality have 4 players inside of this site in the post plant, you don't see them going for this retake.
Nah, no business doing it, especially with, especially because you're going to need the money. Shush has $0. So I'll have to drop one over. So Vitality, 7-9. Get a little bit closer, trying to build up some momentum. Given a gift of an opening kill from Flames in middle.
Yeah, this Kickstand going a little bit wild, jumping through those doors. Flamesy couldn't have asked for more. And then this fight going against Shush really opens up the round for Vitality. And Nerds is on the beach. He's looking to clean them up. They don't have a lot of money left. Vitality. Oh, it's absolutely massive from Nerds to get 3 kills on that beach. And there's ZywOo gone as well. They fought them on the beaches, and they took every weapon away.
That's actually massive. That's a huge sequence of exit kills to bring the AK-47 forward as well. Oh, Vitality just went around, and now they have to sit on scraps. They've got to spend so much cash.
Oh, this is now getting into a scary territory for Team Vitality. And they know Heroic have just been given a gift here, so they're going to call a timeout and talk over what Vitality might be able to get out here.
From mostly AK-47s and an AWP on ZywOo to 3 Galils across the board for Vitality.
Oh,
that's
wow.
so painful.
Yeah, it really is. And now the in-game leading chops of Apex combined with that of Xtaz sitting behind them, or rather standing. Marching, giving his orders. Have to try and figure out how to make the most out of this weekend purchase. Team morale still there for Vitality. And we get into round 17. What a devastating moment that could turn out to be here. Vitality lose this round. Heroic can start to take control of this second map, and we could be looking at world number 1 on the brink of elimination.
Lean towards A out of spawn. Mezzy, ZywOo, and Apex heading in that direction. Spinks and Flames just playing back far, looking for pushes, keeping the defense honest. Kixon slowly backs away from mid as there's no utility, no presence. Both teams operating without information at this point. Very passive at A for Heroic. We've seen them battling at Fountain. We've seen them pushed up close to the choke point, this time playing very far back towards camera.
Yeah, Shush, a very reliable anchor player. He's stuck up on the bricks. He's got his teammates coming in too, and it is very passive here for Heroic, but they've thrown out a defensive smoke.
Molotov missed as well into the site.
And this has given Heroic a lot more space to play with than Tessus. Moves on in with that smoke. He takes out Mezzy, he takes out ZywOo, and now they run back. Vitality with 45 seconds left. Do not break through that A-bomb site. They've only got 3 smokes, 1 flash, and 3 players left to do this.
It's only allowed, that double kill to Tess is only allowed by the fact that the Molotov misses. If it's there, if it's burning, he's not able to creep into that position at that timing. Another individual miscue from Vitality, this time in terms of utility.
They have no time to go back to B. They have to go to this A bomb site, and there's 3 players close by for Heroic, ready to take them out. And remember, if Vitality lose this round, money's in the bin, and chances become smaller of staying alive, and Tessus just mauls them. This is incredible from Heroic today, and eyes are crying at this point for Apex. I feel like this is becoming too much to bear.
21 kills for Tessus in this map. What a time to step up right here. Double kill. Fortunate that ZywOo's just making his play as he catches sight, but this is all skill. Hold the line. Cut down our flames in Apex. And I think Vitality feel it coming now.
Just look how much work they've got to do to get back into this game now off the back of that. Flamesy diving down into Dark. Nurx is holding, and he will hold it without issue. Vitality are on pistols. Heroic will soon be on 11. And it's got to be near perfect from Vitality from then on in to keep this dream in Katowice alive.
I mean, it might be timeout time, and just you better have a badass speech prepared, but hold the phone.
Okay.
Double deagle kills from Spinks and Apex. They commit to the fight. There's the pounce from Canals, and Kixon's here. He's had a good game as well, but the off in the hands of Apex picks off the rotation, and Shush is going to go for this.
And they know he's that A anchor. They know they've got some time before he makes it on that rotation. He's coming through the canal. This is his access point back into this retake. He's got to pull off a 1v2. Apex has the AWP out at B main. There's some utility available here for Shush. He can apply pressure with that the closer he gets, and he decides to sever off Apex from ZywOo. And ZywOo only has a deagle. ZywOo doesn't have the weapon of choice here.
He's saving.
And Shush isn't going for it. He's coming back. He's drawing himself back to safety, and Vitality are given the round.
Yeah, that's okay. That got diced. Those are opening deagle shots are absolutely necessary. And look, that's a little bit of a gift. That's a little bit of a miracle given over to Vitality in this round. You don't get many more of those, so if you're Vitality, like, this has to be the launching point. This has to be the moment where we all snap back into our top shape. Oh, at the same time, sequential from Apex and Spinks. And it holds Heroic off of 11 and puts their money in a precarious situation. Kixon's got to drop down to the shotgun. That just blew the game wide open again.
Yes, it did. And you can see the frustration from those Heroic players, because they know when you go up against a great team and you drop the ball in one of those rounds, they can come back into it. They can stay in this. The Heroic's work becomes harder than it previously was. Taking their time, placing nades in towards Ikudar is in middle. Mezzi receives damage 2 down to 47. So both teams just tentative in their approach to get involved in fights. Just placing utility and slowly taking space towards middle are Vitality, and it's Flamesy at the front. He's got himself into the smoke, and it can be a bit of a risk when you're up against this XM 1014 because it clears the smoke open, and this time Kicksan's got that kill on Flamesy in mid.
Yeah, just red based off the flashbang. Knew what was likely to come and pre-fires everything blindly into the smoke. Apex, oh, you're in trouble. The shotgun is doing work.
Oh, CS2 on the XM. It's a perfect combo. And now Vitality, we mentioned this round needed to be the spark that ignited the fires of the comeback. And now they're down in a 5 versus 3. Vitality are entering this B bomb site with 2 players through dark. It's ZywOo and Mezzi coming through this way, and Spinks is a long way off. But when you've got ZywOo, you've got the battering ram, and he gets himself into the B bomb site. Back to a 3v3.
Yeah, they absolutely needed him to step up there. They absolutely needed that entrance. Now, Heroic have a decision to make. Do you want to go for this 3-on-3? This is all the money you've got. Not really in great positions as well. Nikodos would have to drop down into the scope of ZywOo, but they're starting to creep forward. Kixon's going to see what he can find.
Yeah, they're attempting this. They're going for it, and they're taking their time.
And they want a mistake. I think they'll back off if they don't get a peek from anyone from Vitality.
Yeah, and no one from Vitality is willing to offer themselves up in this kind of situation. They know how crucial this round is, but Heroic feels so close to it. They're going to throw that flash in. They'll send Kixan to his death. He had extra money thanks to that shotgun, picking up multiple kills, but Heroic will not be finding success in this one. Vitality have used that previous opportunity to get 2 in a row.
Yeah, well, I mean, both of these rounds have been really, really tough for them. I mean, obviously the previous one with the Deagle's a little bit of a gift. This, they're starting at a 3-on-5. Those are tough rounds to get started in, and Heroic still have elements of danger on the map with 2 saved rifles. Worst timing possible for Nerds. As the utility comes out, good opening found, and good follow-up from Mezzi. Timeout taken, 3rd and final for Heroic.
And it just shows when you're up against a team like Vitality, when you do lose a round where you're going up against pistols, it just rips that game back open and allows them back into play.
Yeah, that's the missed opportunity. They'll be thinking of that one. An economy is just shattered. 2 saved weapons are nice, but such a small losing bonus that there's not really a whole lot else they can bring into this round. Vitality on the verge of tying things up.
Shush and Kicksan about to head out with some A aggression through that smoke. Flamesy catches Nico Dawes, but that blowing of the smoke has allowed 1 kill from Shush, but the reply is swift from Zaiwu. He now switches his crosshair to Dark and gets ever closer as Vitality set up a B-split finish. And there's the peak that will end in death for Tessus. The unkillable is finally felled, and Nerds just diving down with a double, and that's the bomb detected. Oh my goodness, Vitality. They've got Kicksan coming back to join Nerds. This becomes so difficult now as you walk into Nerds, and oh, it hurts. Keep your soul out of his reach. Nerds is just hiding on the other side. Flamesy has to clutch this, and there has been easier rounds for Flamesy. He's got to worry about 2 angles, and he doesn't even know about it. That's 4 from Nerds as he dives down and delivers the round.
Yeah, tough shot for Apex as he's falling. Can't track it well enough, and yeah, there's a definite timeout called from Xtaz. Needs to get involved here. He knows this is a low point for the team. Comeback stopped short, 2 rifles brought forward, and Nerds again.
This brings them closer to eliminating Vitality. It looks swimmingly for them. It looked perfect. The B-split was just moments away from happening, and that would have been the knockout punch. Nerds sensed that timing. He sensed that a hero play was needed. He dives out of the window, down into the water, and gets the double to drop the bomb and pull Vitality into an unfavorable fight. Now the world #1 really is against the ropes, bloody-nosed and desperately fighting to stay alive.
Their issues in Katowice continue. The curse is a weight that they just cannot shake off. 9-11. Both teams losing against a low economy round down the stretch of this map. And Zaiwu no longer with the AWP. He's got to descend to the AK. Extremely serviceable, as we know.
Oh, Nerds is gone. The hero from the previous round for Heroic is out of there.
Spinks is pretty dedicated to B main. This feels like at some point Vitality want to join up with him. Apex and Flames taking mid control. Nobody's home. That kill from Apex has taken resources from middle as Kicksan had to slide back to B. No decision made just yet.
Spinks feels like there's a gap here. An opening for him to move into B.
There is.
He's going to catch Tessus looking the wrong way, but somehow Tessus, the unkillable, turns back for that kill. And now we're looking at 11-9, 4v4, Heroic pushing forward for map and series point.
Yeah, but this is great. They're showing an A hit and heading B.
And Vitality have got Apex through that smoke, but Kicksan's detected him. He's got that kill. Apex is locked out, and now it's down to this 3v4 post plant. Heroic trying to come back in.
They've got no smokes. They've got no Molotovs to block off these choke points. Just a flashbang. Oh, it needs to be a clear. Flames gets the deep player. That's Tess's to fall. Low HP.
He needed that kill, and Flames locks it through. Now Mezzi holding Dark. Shrouded in the cover of darkness, his teammate Zaiwu is fighting elsewhere. Shush takes a headshot on Flamesy, but yet to clear out Mezzi. And Heroic realize they're so far away from winning this round, they're going to bail out. It is going to be 10 rounds for Vitality. And Mezzi's going to try and stop them from getting away to safety. He has to run away himself now, but it's 11-10. Vitality withstand. They don't go down to map and series point just yet.
What a rebuttal. Just enough of a fake. Smoking off Temple. Utility used towards the A bomb site. Just enough to keep that B defense as weak as possible for that hit. Absolutely spectacular moving around the map. This, Apex will love it. Spam through the smoke. Nerds gets paid back for the previous round. Goes down.
When Tessus turns on Spinks at the start of that round, you just think everything is destined to go Heroic's way.
The real key is that peak from Flames, because there was no nades for Vitality to slow down any kind of a retake. That flashbang was the only piece, the only resource they had, and boy did they put it to good use. Economy again factors in. Both teams low on cash, but it's Heroic who will feel the sting worse.
The sting of the B. As Vitality flash in towards A. It is Mezzi that clears out Fountain with some spam. Nade following up in behind it. Vitality running through. It's got to be a big hold here from Shush. And he is not the anchor they need this time. He gets taken out by Mezzi. And thoughts of a save certainly were around Heroic's head at the moment, but they've got so many players nearby, they're going to have to retreat because of that money situation. If they go into this in a 5v4, the money would fall away.
Yeah, especially the missed shots from Nikodos as well. Not able to connect any of the two players streaming in first from Vitality. Nice and simple. Vitality didn't throw any trickery into this round. That was telegraphed the whole way. They weren't shy about showing what they were going to do. A full execute at the A bomb site, and Mezzi nets him the instrumental kill.
We just did get information of an elimination of Cloud9 in this competition at the hands of Monty. Kixan up on that platform, desperately trying to hold on to this weapon. He does. Apex cannot take him out. And Flamesy comes around the back. So Kixan is traded. The majority of these weapons will stay in the hands of the Heroic players. And it looks a little more chill over there for Vitality. They were perfect being thrown around. 11-11. This would sting a lot for Heroic to lose this map. This is your best opportunity to 2-0 this series, stay alive in Katowice, and knock out the world #1.
Yeah, I'll say though, I mean, the devs kind of highlighted it. We'll get into it later if we get there, but Vertigo, not exactly a comfort map for Vitality. That doesn't have, you know, that map has its issues for them as well. So might be more chances for Heroic, but certainly close it out when you've got the chance in front of you. Do they want to use this lurk smoke? Apex, I think Tessus might have spotted a little bit over the edge of the smoke. Fortunate to get away without taking too much damage.
Kixan's forced down to the shotgun. We've seen what he did with that earlier. This time, it's pressure upon this B bomb site from two sides from Vitality. They've got the players in position for a split.
They got 3 defenders here, though. This is going to be so hotly contested if Vitality commit.
It's hard to tell where this round will go, but it's the most important yet, and it comes down to a brawl on B.
Zaiwu's the only X factor in Dark. He's going to have to wait. Apex, Spinks, and Flames will try and take the attention. Mezzi's still lurking outside of the A bomb site. Zaiwu, they step into him. Oh, and Apex builds upon it.
Those entries are absolutely massive. It gives Vitality all of the advantages they need to push in and go for this round win. Shush dives off. 1 kill found, but the rest of his teammates are falling, and so will he. It's now just Nerds and Nikodos trying to cleave this one back, and it's a decent kill here for Nerds, but he needs another one if it was to be realistic, and they need it quickly.
Think of the money as well, though. I don't know if they commit to this. Nerds is going to swing and see what he can find, but they have no cash in the bank. It's all on this.
If they had some utility, they can make this a little more doable, but it's not comfortable in its current form. Spinks has the angle, looking away is Nerds, and now the AWP of Nikodos misses a shot, and they are sentenced to death. 12-11, Vitality have map point, and Heroic have no money.
And as much of a struggle it's been in for Vitality, give them credit, because they have felt like they've been collapsing under the weight. They're in the midst of a 5-1 run at the moment, 4 of those being bomb explosions. This has been a great recovery on the T-half overall, because Heroic is out of funds entirely.
They woke up just at the right time, the last second.
I don't even know if they've woken up. Every round still seems tense and close. They're not dominating in any fashion, but they're just getting the job done. And I think for them at this point, that's exactly all they can hope for. Just get the job done and reset between the maps. Beautiful nades.
Oh, those nades are going to land perfectly. TeSeS and Nerds eat them up for lunch. And that is not the start to the last round of regulation you'd be hoping for if you're Heroic. 2 players almost cancelled out immediately.
Shush playing solo at the A bomb sites, holding on to what nades he has. He's got a full kit, but he's holding on to him as long as possible. Just forced to use a Molotov. Mid control for Heroic. There's no presence there from Vitality. Means they can shift between the bomb sites pretty quickly.
And ZywOo has been such a threat when he goes into dark. When he's gone into that position, he's been able to entry, he's been able to come in second. Just finding impact so consistently.
This
but it's
round,
not a play towards the B bomb side this time.
This round feels very similar to the previous round, which is why you can see on the minimap Heroic is shifting over here. They've sent everyone in this direction. And now, again, just poor Shush. He's got an MP9 and a nade. That's it. And now he's only got 41 HP. He has to wait for people to arrive. Oh, he goes for one more. That's massive. ZywOo found elsewhere. A chance. A hope.
How have they found their way back into this? But Spinks from the window cuts off that rotation. It's just 1 kill. He would have hoped for a second. And yes, it is the untouchable. TeSeS stays alive inside of Canal. Apex finally brings him to his feet. And now we're looking to 2 versus 3. Heroic still attempting this retake. There's no kid alive on any of these 3 players, so time certainly becomes an issue. And Flames even more than that. Apex with him. Shush left alone. A great fight from Heroic on this second map, but it looks like they will not survive the sting of the B. Second map goes Vitality's way. This series goes to 3, and the hope, the dream of Vitality and Spodek remains.